say this and I'm correct or wrong. But you can imagine ile shida ambayo Senegal walipata against Morocco at the Africa Cup of Nations last January is almost similarly the same situations they have found themselves in when they were when Senegal that penalty was awarded. A penalty that was very soft. In fact, I think FIFA were testing Senegal. Tokeni kwa uwanja tuone.
Well, I'd like to debunk that myth. But before I respond to that, I'd like to say something about the hydration break.
Yeah?
I'll be very controversial, but I don't mind. I think FIFA is just too commercial. These hydration breaks are just commercial breaks. These are breaks that FIFA has made possible so that business can work. Why am I saying so? When we are having the hydration break, kwa nini wasituonyeshe tu watu wakinywa maji yao? They are taking us for commercial breaks. Yes, it might be positive because it brings in revenue, but just tell us that, guys, we are having these commercial breaks, these breaks for commercial, because they're killing the steam. The flow of the game. For someone who has played high-octane football, you will realize that any second that you're distracted from the game, it kills the momentum. More so the team that was on a high, it brings you down. And that's why initially FIFA penalized time wasting. Because time wasting, when the goalkeeper could pick a ball, aiweke chini, you know, it used to kill the steam. And those were just about 10 or so seconds. Now we're having 3 minutes. 3 good minutes. Where for some of us who do radio commentary, those 3 minutes we put in some commercial items. So let's not package it at Jui's hydration break. There's nothing of that kind. Because there was a day it was raining.
But FIFA anasema they don't make money out of what?
No. That's what they tell us. That's what they will tell us. But it's commercial. Yeah. Because all these TV that are beaming these matches, they switch from the pitch to adverts. Yes. So mimi utaniambia, but as someone who has worked in the media house for now 16 years, I'll just see through you and see those are commercial issues. But coming back to our inefficiencies, I think as a continent we need to sit down and have a discussion. Unlike our brothers from the north, that is Algeria, that is Egypt, that is Morocco, their concentration is way up there. But when you look at us who are black in color, and I don't know what we can do, we need to embrace science in our game. You see, in the North Africa, they have embraced science. You see, like, for every player who is in the pitch, they're putting on those vests that get your speed, get your all the statistics. They started embracing this long time ago. And now they're improving with a lot of chips that they use to place in your body so that they can detect your concentration, your levels of the speed that you cover, the entire ground that you've covered. So we need as a continent to embrace technology and work on our inefficiencies. Unlike what many people say, sijui tulionewa, hakuna kuonewa, guys. We are not embracing technology and we're expecting us to perform at the top level. Even the amount of money or resources that the England national team, for example, has invested compared to ours. You know, at times hata wewe unaona God, unaanza muomba na you're being unfair to God. Because huyu mtu ameinvest, real investment. Senegal unasikia just the other day they've not paid allowances. You understand? So where do you think God will place success? Anasema mwenyewe usipofanya kazi hautokula. That means that if you don't put in, you get nothing. Yeah. So let's go back as a continent and evaluate our game, put in science, and also react to what science tells us. Yeah. So tusifanye sisi ni wajanja.
For me, I still have issues, especially with your segment ama sector ya Colina, the head of refereeing at FIFA. Hapo kuna shida kubwa, and if they're doing trials and errors, kuna shida. For me, mtu anaweza sema ati mimi I'm being very petty. I'm looking at the number of white referees at any game. I'm looking at black referees at any game. I know Arocho is shaking.
No, talk up.
All these factors have something that plays into every game. Namiso and Maleka, you can weigh to this.
This one cannot go unchallenged.
Even during the commentary, and this thing, of course, I've shared even on 90 plus on TV47 and TV47 on Monday. Even the commentary, even the commentary at the World Cup. I was watching the commentary at England versus DR Congo. Yani, the commentator will be fully giving all the information and data and statistics of each player. Akifika tu kwa Chipenga with the short hair, Chipenga with the small Chipenga. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Kwalanda, this cannot go unchallenged. Guys, I talked about inferiority complex. That's where I place such sentiments. Kwa nini nasema hivyo, guys? If you're a local-based player, there's very little about you. How many leagues in Africa have embraced technology? How many leagues in Africa have data? So because me as a commentator, I'll only do what I can achieve. I Google Fred Arocho. What do I get? You understand? So we have to invest in technology. That is the only way this commentator.
And where is the problem then? If we
why,
don't have this,
why do you want to blame the
federation? Is it the club? Is it shida ni nani Arocho?
Kabla you come in, Madeka, sorry, I've cut you short. It is our federations to invest in data so that when a commentator wants to get information about players, it's easy. A good example, when I do commentary on radio, Africa Cup of Nations matches, the qualifiers, Kenya is playing in Zaire. For me to get the lineup is a big problem. And when Azerbaijan or a team, a very small team in Europe, is playing Greece, another small team, it's just within my fingertips. So you cannot blame the commentator as such. Because alone, I've told you, a commentator will work with what I have. So us as Africans, because we have, in terms of skills, we are somehow at par with our brothers. And it was so evident when 90% of our teams that we presented in the World Cup moved to the second round. But wanatushindia vitu ndogo ndogo. Now these are what I'm talking about. The nitty-gritties. Sahi nikigoogle Tony Kwalanda nitasikia tu ni mtu Manda Shivanga. Now, how does Manda Shivanga help you with the
No, it's important. Alikuwa anasema hivyo juu Hurricane and the way akona nini whatever.
Hapo Arocho vile amegusia, aliye na akili amefunguka akili. Sababu ni hao mambo tu amesema tu. Sababu kama Harambee Stars inacheza na Swaziland, mimi najua tu lineup hiyo venye nimewasha TV tu inaanza referee anapiga firimbi tu ndio nitaona tu lineup hapo. Whereby hii lineup kama tumeijua tangu jana maybe. Si ndio? Tumejua tangu jana, kuna wengine wata bless yao maplayer wata bless tu ile by the way nani yako ndani timu itakuwa fit. Alafu plus wenyewe pia inaonekana pia watakuwa na ile nitakuwa na fulani nini, utajua venye utacheza nini nani, unajitayarisha. Unajua lineup yako mapema.
Very true. Some of our local teams at a database ya players hawana.
What are the database? Now, sorry, you'll add into this. How many of our players are on social media? How many in Kenya? Tuache kwenda mbali. You know, it's you to advertise yourself, then sisi will push you. How many of our players are in social media? Not for being, not for fun, but for the facts, statistics about Arocho as a player. How many? Where say you Google to Hurricane, you'll get 1,001 points to talk about him. Where to? We have to build our own, guys. Now usi expect ati mimi kama journalist nitakubuild. You build yourself first, then me I just help you.
Boost it.
True. A journalist will actually amplify what you already have.
Thank you.
Because kazi ni nyingi pia. Siwezi eka ati na focus kwako nianze kukutafuta. I have to dig through data like a lot. Natafuta. Yet kuna mtu mwingine nikieka tu hata jina lake la kwanza. You just Google Ken and everything will come. So as a commentator pia, you take what you have, what you've been
You work with
what is available. That is what you work with. So I think this is a challenge to African teams. We need to move away from traditional football. Yes, it is still football, it is still soccer, but a lot of things are evolving. And if we decide to stick to how we've been playing kwanzia kitambo, we won't fit in the, what do we call it? Like hatuta fit kwa hii competitive football. Itakuwa tu kama tunaenda World Cup, tunaenda kuparticipate, we'll just be participants, but then ikifika mahali sasa where it matters for us to be seen, tunapotea hivyo. Kila mtu anarudi nyumbani. Na
hapo ndio naongezea kwamba hapo ndio referees unakuta unalia na referees Tony. Ndio unakuta referees wanataka nini advantage na nchi zetu mipira yetu, sababu hata ukiangalia ule referee wa jana by the way kiingilio upande wa refereeing, ule wa jana game ya Senegal na Belgium ilimchukua wakati mrefu sana kuamua. Ilimchukua wakati mrefu sana kuamua. Alichanganyikiwa ule referee. Kusema ule ukweli alichanganyikiwa. Mpaka mwisho akijafanya hivi hata nilishtuka, sababu kuongea kwake sisemi kwa ubaya, lakini kuongea kwake nilishtuka hata pia mimi. Sababu nilikuta ameongea kizungu cha Kihindi. Umeelewa?
Kihindi.
Yes. Nataka uende uangalie tu, utapata alizungumza kizungu cha Kihindi. Mpaka nikashtuka nikauliza, kuna referee wa Kihindi? Sababu ni watu wa cricket.
Another point pia siwezi kuacha kwa Landa. You talked about referees. Well, I don't want to delve deeper into the technical aspects of officiating because I'm not a referee. But where you say that most of these referees are white, you know, each and every continent presents their best. Then they all go for sieving. For example, for you to be a FIFA referee in Kenya, you have to go for the test that normally happens. And it's a very open test. Where's Ibia? By the way, I've gone. The squeezy, unlike Zamani, the squeezy where's Ibia? It is timed. Within 10 seconds, inafaa uwe kwa hii post, kwa this spot. The next 10 seconds, you must be on the other spot. So, yani, when you're failing, you don't need to be told. There's a buzzer Italia, and if you're not on that point, you're going. And if you miss 3 of those steps, then you're dropped out. So, in terms of merit, in terms of their training, I think we let ourselves down once again as a continent. First of all, our politics is very wrong. I'll give you an example of Kenya. You have very good referees in this country, but because a regime has changed, for example, certain referees are kicked out. Very good referees. I'll give you an example of Davis Omweno, a very good referee from Nakuru. When there was a regime change in this country, he was kicked out from the FIFA list. And you know, CAF will only pick what the federation has presented. Them, yes. So at times, our politics within our various federations also kill very good referees. Then, competence. A good example is ule referee, ilikuwa ni same as AFCON, anasema jua imemlemea. After making very silly mistakes. For me, I could not afford to kumsame. He makes a silly mistake, then anatoa a very flimsy excuse. Atijua kwa Landa. You see many wazungu referees is because they are competent.
Yeah, they're trained.
So, nimedebunk 2 of your points. Now you're back.
Our referees always declare our referees where I know we the FKF has been doing a lot of capacity building in terms of trying to give our referees all the necessary whatever. But Kenya this time around, we didn't even have even one.
Why? No, kwa Landa, don't just say why. Unawacha the viewer like it is because FIFA didn't want us. No. Our referees perhaps did not live up to the expectation.
And then the federation needs to be telling this kind of information, because now you see they are the ones who present this list. If there's a problem, they should tell us, oh, Nani failed, or Mwendo did not have, or Nani did not have. Now, for more, of course, I know next we shall be delving into match to see the teams that are already qualified or